Ablazify presents easy ways to become a more thoughtful people leader. Think about the best boss, teacher, or mentor you've ever had. Chances are, it wasn't their title or authority that made them unforgettable, it was how they treated you. Maybe they remembered something important in your life. Maybe they gave you encouragement when you needed it most. Or maybe they simply made you feel safe to speak up without fear of judgment. Those small, thoughtful gestures left a big impact. Now ask yourself, what if you could be that kind of leader? The one people respect, admire, and follow not out of obligation, but out of trust. The good news? Becoming a thoughtful leader doesn't require huge sacrifices. It's about small, consistent habits that add up over time. And today, we'll explore exactly how to make it happen. Welcome to Ablazify, the channel where leadership meets humanity. Here, we don't just talk about managing tasks. We talk about leading people in ways that actually matter, through skills, habits, and mindsets that anyone can learn and apply. So, how can you become a more thoughtful people leader without overcomplicating things? Let's walk through 5 simple but powerful practices you can start using right away. 1. Learn and use people's names and details about their lives. It sounds basic, but it's deeply human. People light up when leaders remember their kids' names, their favorite projects, or even their coffee order. It signals, I see you. You're not just a number here. John Maxwell, a well-known leadership author, often says that people won't remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. Using someone's name or recalling a personal detail creates that feeling of respect and care. 2. Give recognition generously, not sparingly. Thoughtful leaders don't wait until performance reviews to give feedback. They acknowledge contributions in the moment, whether it's a small comment after a meeting or a public thank you in front of the team. Recognition costs nothing, but it multiplies loyalty. When people feel seen, they want to give even more.
Early in my career, I had a boss who noticed the smallest efforts. Once, I stayed late to fix a client report, and the next day she mentioned it in a team meeting. That tiny acknowledgement boosted my confidence for weeks. Later, when I became a team lead myself, I made it a mission to recognize people consistently. At first, it felt small. Just quick thank yous or shout-outs. But over time, it transformed the energy in the office. People started recognizing each other too, and suddenly we had this culture of appreciation. That's when I realized thoughtful leadership is less about authority and more about creating an environment where everyone feels valued.
3. Make time for check-ins, not just checklists. Most leaders ask, did you finish the task? Thoughtful leaders ask, how are you doing with the task? Or even more simply, how are you doing this week? That small shift turns conversations into connections, and often, you'll discover hidden challenges. Maybe someone is struggling with workload, or maybe they're quietly dealing with personal stress. When leaders check in, they show they care about the person, not just the project. 4. Lead with flexibility. Being thoughtful doesn't mean lowering standards. It means recognizing that people have different working styles, family needs, and personal challenges. For one person, flexibility might mean working from home on Fridays. For another, it might mean adjusting deadlines when a family emergency arises. Thoughtful leaders know that flexibility isn't weakness, it's strength. It builds trust and inspires loyalty because people see that their leader respects them as whole human beings. 5. Celebrate milestones beyond work. Deadlines and KPIs aren't the only things worth celebrating. A birthday, a graduation, even running a first marathon, these moments matter. A thoughtful leader takes time to acknowledge them, even in small ways.
At my old company, leadership celebrated only sales targets. Nothing personal ever made it onto the calendar. When I moved to a new organization, my manager surprised me with a cake for my graduation. It was simple, just a small gathering with my team. But it meant the world to me. For the first time, I felt like my whole self was valued, not just my work. That moment stuck with me. Now, as a marketing manager myself, I make it a point to celebrate both professional and personal wins. Last year, one of my team members completed her first half marathon. We put up a congratulatory poster and had cupcakes in the break room. She told me later that it was the highlight of her month. That's when I realized thoughtful leadership multiplies joy, and joy fuels performance.
Now imagine this. You're the leader whose team feels supported, not just supervised. People describe you years later as the boss who cared. And it's not because of big speeches, it's because of the little things you did consistently. That's the power of thoughtful leadership. It transforms workplaces into communities. It creates loyalty and trust that no title or paycheck alone can buy. So, here's your challenge. Pick one thoughtful action this week. Send a thank you note. Ask someone how they're really doing. Celebrate a small win. Watch how even the tiniest gesture can create ripple effects that last. Remember, great leaders aren't just powerful, they're thoughtful, and that's what makes people want to follow them. If you think someone you know would benefit from this message, share this video with them. Sometimes one idea is all it takes to shift someone's leadership journey. And don't forget to subscribe to Ablazify for more strategies on leadership, growth, and personal success. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.